This week, the New York Post ran a headline that said, quote, Trump's day one order to outlaw state-sponsored censorship reveals how tyrannical federal government got. So Donald Trump outlawed censorship here in the United States, according to the New York Post. He is the guy that, of course, is bringing back freedom of speech. No more censorship. No more just silencing people because you don't like what they have to say, right? Even though, of course, the federal government was, in fact, not doing that, and there is actually plenty of evidence to suggest that Donald Trump did attempt to do that on multiple times during his first term as president. And shortly after the New York Post ran this idiotic op-ed by somebody that I can only imagine doesn't know anything about anything, Donald Trump got on Truth Social and said this: MSDNC is even worse than CNN. They shouldn't even have a right to broadcast. Only in America. Now, I need to reiterate to you the fact that the New York Post ran an op-ed saying that Donald Trump was getting rid of government censorship, as he's literally on Truth Social, the social media platform that he owns, and is calling for MSNBC to lose their broadcast license because he doesn't like what they have to say. Any Republican, any person, it doesn't have to be a Republican, okay, let's be clear. Anybody on this planet that claims that Donald Trump is ending censorship or that Donald Trump cares about freedom of speech is either one of the biggest liars you've ever encountered in your life, or they are so painfully stupid that you should never listen to another word they have to say about anything ever in perpetuity. Okay? Those are your only two options. Because there is not a single thing about Donald Trump that screams freedom of speech. He literally came out this week and suggested MSNBC should lose their broadcast license. He has also said the same thing prior to the election about CBS. He said it about ABC. He has suggested it about CNN. This is not somebody that cares about freedom of speech at all. And if you think he is, then you're a moron. Because he wants to silence any and everyone that does not go out there all day, every day and exclaim his virtues, right? Of which he has none, so you have to make stuff up. But if you are not a Trump ass kisser, he wants to shut you down. That is how this works. And he may have the authority to do it. I mean, doesn't have the authority, but he may have the power to do it, I should say. So, New York Post, I hope you'll go out there and issue a correction to this idiotic op-ed. I hope maybe you'll go out there and be like, oopsie-doo. Turns out he's actually trying to use the government to shut down media outlets with opinions he doesn't like. But I'm sure you won't, right? Because the truth doesn't actually matter to you, because if it did, you wouldn't have ran that op-ed in the first place. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.